I just turned a normal video into a game ready animation in Unreal Engine without using any motion capture suit. And honestly, I didn't expect it to work this well. So if you're an indie developer, you already know this. Animation is one of the biggest bottleneck that we have because good motion capture setups are expensive, complicated, and for the most of us, just not practical. So the real question is, can AI actually replace that? And as this is the most pressing issue that we have, I decided to test a tool called QuickMagic. It basically turns a normal video, like something you record on your phone, and converts it into a full 3D animation. No suit, no sensor, just video. And a quick note here, this video is sponsored by QuickMagic in the sense that they gave me access to test the tool, but this is not a paid promotion. And everything you are about to see is my actual experience using it. So let me show you exactly what I did, and more importantly, how well this actually works inside Unreal Engine. So right now we are on the home page of quickmagic.ai. So it's a very simple looking website where you have all the options that you need. They are demonstrating how you can capture on phone and use it in your games or in social media. Other than that, here's the quick example of Unreal Engine and showing T-pose for Blender, iClone, Unreal, Maya, Unity, Roblox, or whatever it is. So for now, let's just sign in. If you are doing this first time, you need to sign up. So here we are in our account where we have two options for motion capture. One is AI mocap and the second one is text to motion, which is coming soon, so we can't test that. But the thing we can test right now is AI mocap. So let's just click on it and we can bring any video that we want. For now, I just have a video that I found, so I'm not going to show that. Instead, we are going to just see how the motion capture actually works. So we just click and dragged it into here and it's now getting to upload, and it already detected the human. Of course you can see that because I hide it intentionally because it's not okay. So here we are going to use the Unreal Engine 5.51. You can use 5.6 or 4. It doesn't matter because the bone structure remains the same generally. So we are going to just click it and drag it over here. So before we move forward, I would like to show you the output format here, where we have two avatars, one for girl, one for boy FBX. You can use these as well, of course. If you have a VTuber type channel or something like that, you can use this. Other than that, we are already going to test the Unreal one right now. Other than that, we have the Maximo, iClone, Unity, as I said before, Roblox, C4D, and you can also take only the face. For now, we are going to use the whole video for that. And now what we are going to do is we are going to press next after selecting the Unreal Engine one. Now here are a bunch of options. One is for animation base model version 1, and there is 2.0. We are going to test both of these, but first of all we are going to use the known beta one because this is the company claims to be more stable. So yes, let's use it. Then the physical optimization, we just ticked it to the 10. I don't know what it is, but let's just wait. And then it's asking us for the frame rate, so let's just use the 30 frame rates. Of course you can go for 60 and 120, but for now let's just stay to 30. Now we have the in place motion function. Now what it is when enabled, motion will be executed in place, but it may have a certain impact on lower. It basically means that if you turn it on, your character will stay in place and perform all the animation. But if in the video it moves a lot, or turns around or whatever it does in the video, then what will happen is your lower limb will look like it's moving like this, going forward, back. I mean, it will look unnatural. So for the betterment of the video or for the betterment of the animation, I just turned it off. Then we have the function selection where we're going to do the full body one because this is what we are doing here. And then select the first keyframe of the animation. Let's just keep it original pose. Of course, you can go for T or A pose. And then we have the export form, which is Unreal Engine 5.5. And to be honest here, Unreal Engine 5.5, 5.6, or Unreal Engine 4 generally have the same bone structure as far as I know. If I'm not correct, please correct me in the comment section. But I think the bone structure remains mostly the same. So it doesn't matter which version you choose of Unreal, but just choose Unreal. So I already tested it, so it already have a title of test, and I'm going to say this one the test 2, and we will just press generate now. It's gonna cost us 9 V coins, no problem. We have plenty of those because of the company. So okay, it's under process now. Just let me show you one more thing. The one I did, the initial test one, where I use a sample video given from the website of a girl dancing and use it to make the mannequin dance like this. And I also imported it into Unreal. So you can see it here right now, right? What I did is after this, I downloaded this from here. You can also do 2D refinements, IK refinements, but for demonstration purpose, I didn't do any of that because let's just see how it looks raw. You can just press download and it will download the whole thing in a zip file. If you're curious how the zip will look like, so inside the zip file you get these files, that model name which is initial test underscore unreal 5.5.fbx. With that we got the base color emission, and base color emission. I don't know why they gave four text material. I think it's for leg and head body. But we are going to ignore this. We are going to import only this because we naturally retarget it to our mannequin. Okay, so now we are inside the Unreal Engine where you can select the folder where you want to import the file. But for now, let's just put everything we are importing into the main content browser. So this is the file initial test underscore Unreal 5.5.fbx. We just press it open and we don't have to do anything. Even if you are confused, just press the reset selected pipeline. This will reset all of the settings and just press import. Now what it will do is it will import the physical asset, skeleton mesh, and the animation sequence. So now let's ignore all three of these, and what I will do here is I will right click on the animation and retarget that animation to our third person character. For that I think we should take SK mannequin, which is generally the one we use, or you can take SK mannequin. Okay, these are the same. Yeah, you can use Manny. We all know Manny, right? And we are going to select the animation that we want to, export and export it into content browser. Let's put everything in front of things like this. Now, so as you can see, the animation is here, but there is some issues like you can see the hand movement, right? How it's going inside that. So what we will do here is we are going to the first keyframe like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select the left upper arm, which is causing the issue. And I'm gonna slightly slide it out like this and you know take the lower arm as well and move it just a bit like this. Now it look more natural. Yeah. And what we are going to do is these arrow, as you can see on the screen, press select key. After doing this, both of your changes will be saved, and when you play this it will work properly like this. If there are issues in some IK, as you can see on the screen, the hands, they are looking a bit, more. You can do the same with them. Yes, this one is done as well. So let's just see what it have converted. Okay, you can see how perfectly it is working. The gesture from of sitting, standing up from the chair is not that good. But other than that, mostly everything is working perfectly fine. See, not everything, but most of it is good. So this time around, I have downloaded a very complex video. I think it would be hard for this AI to, see what's going on in the video. Let's see, guys. Let's see. And I'm going to do the beta one this time. Generate. So we have this thing. And I would like to do the thing with Unreal, but let's just wait and use the girl this time. Or should we use the Unreal one? Is Unreal one only. Let's just do this. And this time we are going to use, again, we are going to use this video where I'm going to use the Unreal 5.6, and this time we are going to use the animation based model version 2.0 and hope something good will happen. Just unselect hand. Okay, so let's see what happens to hands if we don't select this one and generate now. So our both videos are ready. Let's just see how it looks. First one with the Korean thing, where they are running and then bad guys are coming around. Yeah, okay. This one looks especially cool, guys. I'm not talking about the rest of the thing because here the where the okay. Here the mannequin got confused and stopped being possessed by anything, right? I understand that, but other than that, the starting where it comes running, it look good. You see like this. See how it. Okay, this is where it gets unpossessed by the video because in the video there are a lot of people, so it's understandable. But till then, the way he run up to the guy, it looks pretty cool. This is remembering that this is not done using a motion capture suit. Now let's see what happens if we use the beta 2.0. And now we have the beta 2.0. Oh my god, this is whole lot different than the first one. Can you see this, guys? There is no gap in the animation. It's smooth as heck, guys. Smooth as heck. Let's just download it and import in Unreal Engine again. Here's the animation. The hand looks good, by the way, this time. You see, we last time we were using the hand, so we're like twisting the hands a lot. So make sure you deselect the hands. See, this time around the hand looks fine. I mean, not good, but fine. You know, like we get from Maximo or something. And if your video have a proper background, plain background, a plain proper lighting, then your animation gonna turn out to be more beautiful. And this is the final result inside Unreal. Honestly, this is way better than I expected. But I'm not gonna say this is gonna replace the whole motion cap thing. Of course, that is going to stay because there is a difference. Not big difference, but there is a difference. If we talk about pros, the biggest advantage here is speed. You can go from a simple idea to a usable animation in minutes. For indie developer, that removes a huge barrier. But it's not perfect. Depending on the motion, you might still need some cleanup. And it's definitely not a full replacement for high-end cinematic mocap or motion capture. But if you are building a game, prototyping idea, or just need a solid animation quickly, this is actually a real powerful option. And to be honest, let's just say if you have good lighting, good background, and you are making your own walking animation, you are personalizing your own project, so your character look different from all of the other games. For that purpose, it can be usable. It will make your game stand out a bit differently, and you are not using any motion capture suit or any of that expensive setup. This is not perfect, but this is very close to perfect and very good actually. I might actually experiment with something like this in my own project as well, to be honest. So if you want to try it out yourself, I have left a link in the description. You can also use my code Vishwas, VISHWAS. While signing up, it will give you a 20 extra V coins on top of the normal amount, or just use the link directly. Both works. And you can use this software for free as well. I mean, you got like 50 coins or something, and 20 if you go through my link. Then you can use and see for yourself whether you like it or not. As always, I'm always looking for tools that actually make game development faster and more practical. And this one definitely surprised me a bit. So let me know, what do you think? Would you actually use something like this in your game?